Hello everyone, and welcome to another very beautiful and a very instructive chess game of Paul Morphy. And in this game, Paul Morphy has the white pieces, and his opponent is John William Schulten. And this game was played in 1857 in New York, in the first American Chess Congress. And Paul Morphy starts the game with playing e4, e5, knight to f3, knight to c6, and Paul Morphy played bishop to b5. But in the openings, Paul Morphy usually plays bishop to c4, the Italian opening, and then Evans Gambit. So this time he is playing the Spanish opening, bishop to b5, bishop to c5, c3, preparing to play d4, knight g to e7, and both players castled. Paul Morphy played an expected move. He played d4, e takes on d4, c takes on d4, controlling the center and attacking the bishop, bishop to b6, and Paul Morphy played d5, attacking the knight, knight to b8, and then d6, c takes on d6, bishop to f4, attacking on d6, bishop to c7. Paul Morphy could capture the pawn, but instead he played a developing move. He played knight to c3, a patient move by Paul Morphy, a6, attacking the bishop, bishop to c4, b5, bishop to b3. We have bishop to b7, and Paul Morphy is not an ambitious player, so he is waiting for the perfect moment, and only now Paul Morphy captures the pawn. Bishop takes bishop, queen takes on d6, h6, rook from a to d1, and this d pawn is potentially a very weak pawn, but of course knight is defending the pawn. But as long as this knight is defending this pawn, black is having some development problems. We have knight to c8, attacking the queen. Paul Morphy played queen to f4, knight to b6, knight to e5, and John William Schulten played queen to f6. He wants to exchange the queens, and Paul Morphy is accepting the challenge. Queen takes queen, g takes on f6, and then knight to g4, double attacking the pawns. And how to defend these two pawns? Well, the only defense, king to g7. And this is one of the most interesting moments of the game. So can you guess the next move of Paul Morphy? Paul Morphy played a very beautiful move. What is the next move? And what is the next move of white? Well, Paul Morphy played knight takes on f6, sacrificing the knight, temporary. And as you can see, black's king safety is compromised because of this damaged pawn structure. But we have bishop to c6, not capturing the knight. Let's take it back. Of course, if king takes knight, then rook to d6, king to g7, rook takes knight. And black is losing because of this very bad position. And also white is a pawn up. So we have bishop to c6, threatening to win the knight. Paul Morphy played e5, simply defending the knight. a5, rook to d3, rook to h8, knight c to d5, knight to c4, and Paul Morphy captures the knight. b takes on c4, rook to g3, that's check, king to f8, and Paul Morphy played knight to b6, attacking the rook, rook to a7, rook to d1, bishop to b5, rook to d4, rook to c7, and Paul Morphy played rook from d to g4, And this is the last move of the game. And after this move, Schulten resigned. And these two rooks is aggressively attacking the king. And black is getting checkmated very soon. So let me show you the possible continuation only for entertainment. And as you can see, of course, black is losing. So let's say rook to c5. Then here comes this very important move. Knight b to d5, cutting the escape squares. So let's play a silly move. Let's say c3. Then rook to g8. Rook takes rook, rook takes rook. That's checkmate. So maybe rook takes knight. Then rook to g8. Rook takes rook. Rook takes rook. King to e7. Rook to e8. That's checkmate. And if king to e7, then knight takes on d5, king to e6, knight to c7, king takes on e5, rook to e3, king to d4, knight takes bishop. That's check, a disaster for black. King to d5, rook takes rook. And black needs to resign. Black is facing a slow death in this position. This is a disaster. So after rook from d to g4, Schulten resigned. And look at these two rooks. Morphy created a very beautiful attacking position. And this is the last position of the game. So what a beautiful chess game by Morphy once again. And I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. And I hope to see you next time. Take care.